This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. The second season finale of Paradise arrives on Hulu on Monday, and I am counting the days. The show is a twisty political thriller turned sci-fi cover-up drama turned post-apocalyptic survival adventure. The penultimate episode dropped a major bomb that has something to do with my next two guests, actors Julianne Nicholson and Thomas Doherty. That's as much as I'll say about that for now, but you can consider this a spoiler warning for later in the conversation. Nicholson plays Samantha Redmond, a.k.a. Sinatra, the de facto leader of the underground bunker that has hosted the first season of the show. In the second season, we've gotten to see the world above and meet its survivors, including Link, played by Thomas. Link is a leader himself who has spearheaded a mission across the country to the Colorado bunker with the goal of killing the mysterious Alex. Doherty and Nicholson are here with me in studio, and listeners, we're taking your calls. If you're a Paradise fan, call in now with your thoughts and questions. Our number is 212-433-9692. 212-433-WNYC. It is nice to meet you in person.
So nice to meet you in person.
It is nice to meet you in
It
person.
is lovely to meet.
There's a whole thing going on over there, and I'm not sure what's going on, but
I know there was a
just had a panini is what's going on.
I just had a panini. Yeah. We were on Good Morning America, so the coffee's kicking in.
All right, okay.
So I'm getting there.
All right, that's cool. Julianne, when last time we spoke to you, you said that Dan Fogelman had a plan about season 2, and you said, we've only just scratched the surface on what the construction of Paradise entailed. What is something about the way that the city was constructed that struck you personally?
I think it's the attention to detail in Paradise. I mean, they thought about everything. We got a Bible actually not an actual Bible, but there was like a what we called a Bible, which they sent via email, which was just all the details of the place. So in terms of the restaurants that were there, the hair salons that were there, top to bottom, it was the specificity of it that I loved.
The other major piece of world building that happens this season is the above ground. And you think about Link having to survive above ground. What did he have to do to survive?
Yeah, I mean, the turnaround for me to film was from being cast to doing it was really quick. So I had to I got my hands on this Bible, which didn't really serve me.
Not outside.
Outside, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I think when you're talking about apocalypse, you're talking about the end of the world, people definitely kind of defer back to their most primitive survival instincts, So I think a lot of unsavory characteristics will generally come to the forefront.
Sure.
So there's definitely, people are out for themselves and everyone else is a threat. So there's a lot of violence and there's a lot of death and there's a lot of behavior of that ilk that he's definitely had to contend with. And so you can see why he wants to get into the bunker so badly.
Sinatra, your character, has kept people underground and in the dark about the fact that there might be survivors in the outside world. Why? What does she gain by keeping people underground?
I think it's too dangerous. If people understand that there are survivors, then they will probably, at least one or two people out of 25,000 are going to go want to find people. And there is no room for another person in our bunker. It has been planned to sustain life for this amount of people, including thinking about like births and deaths. Like it's all been factored in. And so any outside influence is a nightmare. It's all done.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. Do you think she has a personal aspect of wanting to keep people down there?
Creepy. I think it really is about just protecting her family and protecting this community. And I think that she's such a control freak, and anything that diverges from her plan is cause for major concern.
Link can really swing big. He can go from being completely charming to being menacing in one scene. Why do you think he's so difficult to read?
I think it's a defense mechanism, honestly. I think that's why in the first episode of season 2 with the interaction with Annie, it's so poignant and so beautiful, because we're seeing this young man who's been 2.5, 3 years on his own, really having to survive, coming up against not just the elements. I mean, again, in the first episode, you see kind of what transpires with all that. But with people, and so you build up this wall, you build up this defense mechanism, these barriers, these boundaries, to survive. Surviving's not just making sure you have fresh water and food and somewhere to sleep. It's also the emotional toll that it takes on you, which I imagined. I've not actually experienced that yet. But who knows with what's going on?
Your beard does a lot of work for you, though.
I was going to say, it starts with the beard.
It starts with the beard.
So I'm actually not very good
Your
at
burly,
acting.
your
It's
burly
all the
beard.
Yeah, and that's how I auditioned as well.
Oh, really?
That's how it was described, burly man. And I called my team, and I was like, guys, come on. Burly, really? But I got enough burly in me.
You're originally from Edinburgh, as people can hear.
Yeah.
How did you work on the accent? How did you know how Link would sound?
I went to a dialect coach called Michael Buster. He's out in LA, and he's amazing. And I've worked with him a bunch before. And in terms of, it was a general American accent. I wasn't with.
It's really good. I never hear your the Scotsman in you
that is
when
the
we're acting
biggest
together.
compliment.
Did you ever hear it?
I didn't know.
Yeah. No, me
Okay.
either.
I
The
thought-
first time I heard him speak, I was like, hang on.
And that's saying something as well,
Yeah.
because Julianne lives
Yeah.
in
In
the
London.
UK.
And I'm
now,
also
yeah.
like an accent snob, so I didn't know at all.
That's the nicest
Yeah.
thing you could ever say to me. Thank you. Yeah, it is. And I just wanted to get it into that space where it was just coming out.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
how it
and
feels,
I didn't
seamless.
have to think about it.
You didn't have to think about it.
Yeah, that's
you get
always
there?
the aim. And I didn't eventually, just work in repetition and stuff. You get there. And the beautiful thing about the American accent is it's, I feel like it's what comes out is very directly connected to what's been felt. Whereas with Scottish, it's almost like you have this feeling, you want to express it, but before it comes out, it has to be articulated. And there's like a divide there for me. It's so micro, but that's why I love doing the American.
I'm speaking to actors Julianne Nicholson and Thomas Doherty. They star in season 2 of the Hulu series Paradise. The season finale is on Monday. We are taking your calls. If you're a Paradise fan, call in now with your thoughts and questions. Our number is 212-433-9692, 212-433-WNYC. Julianne, your character spends time recovering from this gunshot wound. She's determined, but something has kind of changed in her a little bit. What do you think has changed?
I think where we find her in season 2, it's the most vulnerable we've ever seen her. And her world has been rocked. She thought always that if you had enough money, if you had enough power, that you would be able to control the outcome of everything around you. And she has been disavowed of that belief. And so I think we find her just, I said to somebody else we have her with like her edges are a little bit softer. And they're like, yeah, but she still has the president killed. So, it's sort of a tomato. But I feel like she is definitely a bit softer this year. She realizes that she can't control everything. And I think that's humbling.
I'm interested in her as a mom, because it's what she does in a crisis is to create this entire bunker in part for her family,
Who she then ignores.
Well, she does, but she's got to figure it out. But
Yes.
It's about her being a mom is a big part of it for me. I don't know if
Yes.
because I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I feel that way. People might think she's a villain, but this season you're sort of like, is she? She is, but she isn't like she could kill the president, but
That's
there
how
might be
I
a
feel
reason
about
for
her.
it.
Exactly. There is.
Yeah. What is it about her role as a mom?
It's a huge part of her, of who she is, where she comes from, because it all does stem from the loss of her son.
Yeah.
And that's the impetus behind everything she does, because she doesn't want to ever suffer a loss like that again. She never recovers, and it's in the forefront of her mind every day, which she, I think, says in episode 7. And we don't get to see her in her day-to-day with her family life. We only see her usually in the bunker or in the office, and sadly they get I wouldn't say neglected, but her attention is definitely is more macro than micro at the minute. But I feel like in the last episode especially, you see her in 7 and 8, you see her coming back to her family a little bit, and you see what that, the thing that's most important to her.
Yeah, that was an amazing scene. That's so easy to do wrong.
What scene?
The scene where you come back to
Oh.
your husband.
Your husband.
And the
yeah.
way that you
Oh.
do it is so beautiful,
Oh, that's nice.
honestly. Yeah, it's a hard scene to do.
When you're thinking about this show, Thomas, is there a villain on this show?
For sure, yeah, she's sitting beside me.
Watch your words, young man.
And it is, I mean, it's one of those things, and it definitely makes you reflect on your own life and all your already preconceived notions of who people are and what they stand for, and being so kind of intimate with the Sinatra storyline to Link's character, definitely a villain, but when you're doing character work and you're trying to understand these connections, you understand, you see, and that goes back to that whole question is, do people who do evil things know that they're doing evil things, or do they think that they're doing the right thing? And so it's a great position as an actor to be forced into a very objective position to see all these different characters and how they work and what their objectives are, to then kind of put into your own life. And I think all that really does is breed compassion. I think that's what it will eventually come down to, the answer.
Does your character think she's doing the right thing?
Yes, 100%. She thinks she's doing the right thing. Yeah, greater good.
I'm talking to Julianne Nicholson and Thomas Doherty. We're talking about the season 2 finale series of Paradise. All right, spoiler alert. We're going to talk about it after the break. You're listening to all of it on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. In studio with me, I have actors Julianne Nicholson and Thomas Doherty. They star in season 2 of Hulu series Paradise. The season finale is on Monday. All right, this is the big spoiler alert.
Yeah, turn your radios off.
No, don't turn them off. Turn them louder. All right, Link has a tricky relationship with time. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Annie asks him how old he is, and he says he's about 25. Let's listen.
You're 25? Wow.
I mean, it's been a rough few years. It's not easy to maintain a skincare routine.
No, I think it's just the beard.
Well, the beard makes me look like a leader.
The beard makes you look like Charles Manson.
He has a weird knowledge of pop culture. Certain things he knows, certain things he doesn't know. As you play this character, are you trying to hide from us as a viewer that there's something going on with him about time, or does Link not really know?
Link doesn't really know. Link doesn't really know. I can't say. This is so hard. Well, I can't say that either. He's highly intelligent. Okay. Obviously, we're aware of his relationship with the professor. Mm-hmm. All will be revealed, I promise you, on Monday. But I do, for me, playing Link, nothing is impossible with what we're dealing with. Alex. Who is Alex?
Nice.
In the 3rd episode, there's a flashback where Sinatra is speaking to a scientist about how to save the world. And he says, billionaires are amazing. You think that your money gives you superpowers. There's only one thing that can fix this, and it's the one thing you can't buy, time. Mm-hmm. How does Sinatra react to that?
I think she will never take no for an answer. So however she has to go about solving a problem, she's going to figure out a way.
Should we read into Sinatra's reaction about time?
It probably.
Okay.
Fill your boots.
Yeah.
In the most recent episode, we learned that Link's name is actually Dylan. And that's the same name as your son's character. And they share a birthday. Later on, Sinatra says to her husband, it worked. Does Sinatra believe Link is her son?
Yeah. I think she really does. And whether she thinks that's like a factual thing or, I think there's she does believe it, and it gives her peace and hope and, a level of relief and release that she's been holding so tightly for, what is it, almost 20 years. So it's yeah.
Link doesn't necessarily recognize Sinatra, even though she might be his mother. But he does tell her that she's the Darth Vader to his Luke.
Mm-hmm.
So fill in the
Love
blanks.
that also. Yeah, that little connection.
Where else in the series, all right, that have already aired, can we see references to Link's possible parentage? Can you give us one area people should pay attention to?
That's a good question. I'm just scouring my brain really, really quickly right now. Nothing really specific. There isn't really anything specific. He talks about going on vacation with his family and stuff. But he never. Yeah, you'll never be able to kind of piece anything together.
But
it's even still confusing for us. Like, it doesn't mean that he's in this. It doesn't mean that he's the Dylan. At least in my understanding, it doesn't mean that he's the Dylan. Like the same body of Dylan, my son, type of thing. Like, I don't know. This is me. This is me. Just like you have to sort of you have to have faith, is what it is. So it's not like necessarily. Because I think that too, like, okay, well, I had Dylan. He did die. We did bury him. So, like, what? It's sort of, you have to have a little, some faith and,
suspend reality. I mean, I'm an actor. We're talking about quantum mechanics and quantum physics here. And there's so many times where me and Julianne would be like, we just have to trust the writing, because I can't speak for her. She's an incredibly intelligent woman, but I am an actor.
I didn't tell you about my degree in quantum physics.
You didn't, you must have.
My side hustle.
It's been so interesting, just like all the reactions that people are having. Is it time travel? Is it an alternative universe? What have you heard that has been just that isn't true, but you've been like, okay, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good explanation.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything?
Well, I'm not going to say whether these things are true or not, but somebody today was saying like, oh, maybe it's Cal Bradford is Alex, or maybe like they're thinking about who the other, what some of the possibilities might be, or maybe Annie is Alex and she's still alive but has a different name. So. I love it. To be on a show that people are that excited about and are talking about and like letting their minds wander about is such a thrill.
Yeah. And it makes us so excited as well, you know. I'm so excited for Monday. I cannot wait for everyone to see it.
Do you know from the beginning of shooting till the end of the series what's going to happen at the end of the series?
Maybe broad strokes, but not the specifics of it. We don't see all of the scripts right away. They come while we're filming.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about Alex, and I keep saying, is Alex a person? Is Alex a thing? Should we be thinking about Alex in a different way?
What do you think?
Well, I watched episode 7 again, and you go in and you put on a blue coat when you talk to Alex. And is it a lab coat?
I love people looking for clues. It's so gratifying.
Well, it's like, is this to protect you from Alex's race? I don't know. I'm like, is Alex real? Is Alex AI? That's a big part of it. Is Alex a creature you've created to make time different? I don't know. It's your character's a smart woman.
I know.
We're not allowed to tell you, but my favorite thing in this whole press run is that when people tell me what they think it might be, they have this like look in their eyes.
It's true. They're looking for confirmation. Like blink
looking at you like, come on.
Yes,
right? Yeah, that's what it's like. And I'm like, I'm PR trained up the waz. Like,
it's true. They're searching. They're like, okay,
right?
Yeah, I'm guilty.
Looking for any flicker of recognition.
Let's talk to Sophie on line 1. Hey, Sophie, thanks for calling All of It. You're on the air with Julianne, Nicholson, and Thomas Doherty.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Sophie.
I am a big fan of Paradise. I've been since the start of the first season, and so excited to see the finale. And I know you've talked a little bit about the fact that it's unclear that that Thomas Doherty, your character, is actually Sinatra's son, if it's the same Dylan from the same timeline, etc. But I guess assuming you did have this general understanding that this would be explored at the start of the season when in filming, I'm curious if that informed your performance at all, or if you were thinking about this possibility when you were filming, like those early episodes as Link, if you were thinking about this possibility that he could potentially be Sinatra's son, or if that really wasn't a part of it because he has no idea.
For me, I had the information, but you just have to actually kind of put it out of your mind and take the scenes as they come. Because when we first meet, it's nowhere near an idea for Sinatra. So she's like greeting him as she meets him. But then I found it very moving when that revelation is made, when she hears his name, when she finds out his birth date. And then there's a real shift. Dan wanted a real shift from that moment. And I really felt that happen genuinely, just getting that information. And the possibility of this being the person that she's longed for and missed so deeply was really powerful.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell. It was really beautiful, honestly. And for me, I mean, my turnaround was so quick. I think I got the job on a Thursday, and I'd moved to LA on the Monday.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I was on set on the Friday. So it was really, really quick for me. So I was kind of just thrown into this, and so I was just taking the task at hand. And it wasn't until a little later on when I read the script, and I'm just like you guys, like I read it and I'm like, what? But I think that's it's a beneficial thing not to really know, because then you kind of like you play the truth and you're not playing the death of Romeo and Juliet at the beginning of it. And so I think
It's interesting when, as an actor and you're in a sci-fi world, what's the key to making it seem real, even though you're dealing with a world where you have to suspend belief on some level?
You just have to believe. There's really no other way, for me anyway. You just have to you just have to believe the facts that have been written for you, and just commit.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Yeah, I ditto exactly what she said. And as well, I mean, Dan Fogelman and his whole team, the set designers and the lighting and everything nothing's really left to the imagination. So you can really just throw yourself in and immerse. And then add on top working with Julianne Nicholson and Sterling K. Brown and Shailene Woodley and these actors of this caliber. They're so present and they'll just bring a performance out of you. It's yeah.
Can you explain the nosebleeds to me?
No. We're still wondering ourselves.
A lot of nosebleeds.
It's Alex's fault. We'll blame it on Alex.
It's Alex.
It is Alex's fault. But
Oh, it is?
You'll find out on Monday, I swear.
Sort of,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't say that, Dan. That was Julia.
I want to ask you about two other things aside from Paradise. I think we've kind of gone as far as we can go.
Yes. Keep asking. We keep shutting him down.
It's okay. It's all good. It's my
Okay.
job. You won an Emmy for playing this off-the-rails influencer on Hacks,
Yes.
which was great. What do you like about playing comedy?
Oh my gosh. That show Hacks I love so much. I feel like it's top of the tops in comedy, and they're so smart and so funny, and their risks always pay off. And it's so nice to go and be silly and to move your body and to wear funny clothes and make people laugh. You know, I feel like I love doing dramatic roles, but it's so nice to not have to, like, you know, tear your heart out or go into like deep dark places in your soul to pull up a performance. Sometimes it's nice to just go to work and really laugh. I feel like the world needs more laughs right now. Yes. So
what's easier to do for you? Do you prefer to do?
I mean, I have more experience in the drama world. Yeah, but I love comedy. I'd love to do more comedy.
I knew I recognized you from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
I forgot. I was like, I know this guy. Why do I know this guy? And then I remembered you were in Little Shop of Horrors.
I was, and the reason I did that is because of the women sitting beside me right now.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, we were on set. We were doing the apple pie stuff. And I got a call from my team saying, "Want to do Little Shop?" And I love musical theatre. I've always loved it. I went to college to do it. But I mean, I was off the back of Paradise, and I wasn't sure is it the right time, and I was kind of leaning toward not doing it. And then I sat down with Julianne, and she convinced me to do it, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Why did you think he would be good for Little Shop?
Well, I just felt like, do it. Why not? I mean, you're young, you're single, you don't have another job right after this. It was happening like 2 weeks later or something. So it wasn't like he was committing himself 5 months down the road to a project. It was like, I knew we talked about his musical theater history and how much he loved it. And it felt like, and it was a character that, unlike ones that you would normally play, it's like the goofy guy, the nerd, the scientist. And so it felt like, do it. It's a long game. It's a long game. Do different stuff. Explore. Take risks. Why not?
And I think I was very much in this like, all right, this is like the game changer for my on-screen career. I need to really double down on that. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a young, egoic actor, not even necessarily maliciously, but like, oh, I'm trying to like build this image that doesn't align with that. And then talking to Julianne about, yeah, just time. Everyone says life's short, but like life's also kind of long as well, you know. And that she really opened my eyes to that, and I'm so grateful for.
And it's also just the long game is like what I tell all actors. Like I so many times I've had like the one that's gonna like it's gonna be that one, and then you're gonna never have to worry again. And it's not true.
Yeah.
It's like, so just do fun stuff, challenge yourself. Like, proud of you.
It's the longest, shortest time, as they say. The season finale of Paradise will happen this Monday. All will be clear, or not. I've been speaking to Julianne Nicholson and Thomas Doherty. Thank you for coming in and for fielding my questions. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm sorry we couldn't reveal more.
We'll know more on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
And that is all of it. I'm Allison Stewart. I appreciate you listening, and I appreciate you. I'll meet you back here next time.